Hello, everybody. My name is Paul Niehaus. I'm a sports science consultant at KINEXON, and I'm very happy to speak today in front of you and to present KINEXON in Poland to you during this event organized by the Institute of Sport. Yeah, it's an honor to speak in front of you and to present you some insights today from our world of KINEXON. What kind of solutions do we have? How do we see things when it comes to player tracking, but also ball tracking in sports? Yeah, to kick that off, I would like to talk today about taking new perspectives with live data. And therefore, I will show you a little bit of the world of KINEXON. So maybe to start off, we are KINEXON. We are a Munich-based company. We are providing technology, hardware, and software for player tracking and performance tracking to enhance the performance, to enhance the quality of the players, but also of the coaching staff, and to help them develop new strategies, develop new insights for monitoring the training, but also developing the training, planning the training, and then also getting the transfer from match insights to training sessions. To kick off, I would like to show you a little bit our components of KINEXON, our different possibilities we have to track players during matches, during training sessions. And therefore, I will start off with our KINEXON Perform LPS. This is the product we started with. It was our first product and is very long in the market. It has a lot of experience, not only the product, but also the people behind it. And it is cutting edge radio technology, which is using UWB to gather the positions of the players, and then out of the positions calculating the different metrics like distance, speed, acceleration, etc. How does that work? So the KINEXON Perform LPS has anchors which are mounted around the field, as you see it here in this picture. You will have a charging pad where all the LPS tags or the sensors are gathered. And then when you take out one sensor from the charging pad and enter the pitch, it directly starts to gather informations, gather data. It uses triangulation, and with the triangulation, we then calculate, as said, the positions, and then out of the positions, several metrics you know from performance monitoring, like distance, speed, accelerations, metabolic power, different thresholds, of course, and so on. The main advantage, and that's also what I would like to focus on today, is the low latency of the system. So it's less than 20 milliseconds, and all the data is available live, which means when you are using it, you can not only gather the data for an afterwards re-evaluation, but you can directly evaluate the effects of your training during the session, and then from your past experience, have the possibility to adapt the training, enhance the training, improve the training, or even take players out if you see that they are not in the range you want them. They are maybe a little bit over monitored or overperforming. You can take them out, but mainly probably it's more seeing that they have not reached enough, and you can find the sweet spot to perfectly give them a stress on the performance, so they can improve and get a better performance out of the training. And then you have, of course, holistic possibility to analyze and to get insights. as said, with the light load management, but also with kind of diagnostics, in situ testing, which we provide, a return to play, and yeah, some things like fan engagement and so on, where I will quickly focus on. It's not the main topic today, but so you understand a little bit more about that. Yeah, you see here how it works in a little bit more detailed view. And what's very, very interesting, besides the player, what you see here, you also have the possibility to track the ball. When it comes to the ball, this is mainly used now in handball and in football or soccer, where we are tracking the ball with a small sensor inside. The principle is exactly the same. It uses UWB technology, and then via triangulation can calculate the positions, and in combination with player and ball, we can get out like passes or throws, stuff like that. For basketball, it's mainly player tracking, so we are using it in a lot of clubs in the NBA when it comes to basketball, but also in the EuroLeague. A lot of clubs are using our technology and trusting it. And yeah, with the possibility here, you directly have the solution to use that in your facilities, use the LPS. It is a fixed installation. So you don't need to do anything. You go on the pitch, you go on your facility, directly trade, data is directly gathered. You just need to start the session in the software and get all the information. To focus here also on the sensor is very special as it is very light. It is very small and it has a very high centimeter accuracy when it comes to position and movement data, which is obviously has good things or two good things. First of all, the players are really not having any issue to wear it, right? Because it's not too big. I will come to the mounting on a second page. But it also is very precise, and that's what you as coaches need. You need precise and valid data, and therefore we combine both here. And it's, as said, a kind of plug and play. You cannot switch off or on the sensor. If you take it out, it directly gathers the data when you enter the pitch, so when you enter the facility. And having real-time statistics directly on your iPad, on your computer, but also having it directly afterwards. So if you don't use it live, you just stop the session afterwards and you have it directly there. You don't need to read out anything, it's directly there. And one last thing, I will cover that also. We have a seamless integration to third-party systems, which obviously is very necessary in today's world. Then when coming from the LPS, of course, the LPS has great advantages when it comes to tracking. However, as said, you can only use it in your facility, so it's a fixed installation. And therefore, you need, of course, a mobile system when it comes to monitoring not only away matches, but also the away training sessions before a match, or also training camps and so on. And therefore, we have presented the Perform IMU system. It's also a long time now on the market, also used by a lot of NBA clubs, handball clubs. It applies to several sports, but has different use cases for each sport, which is obviously very important. The same goes also for the LPS, when I forgot to say that. When it comes to the IMU, again, you will now see the same or similar components. However, you have now only one anchor. The anchor is used for having the possibility to also track live. So you get kind of metrics live, which are based on the IMU, so the inertial measurement unit, like, for example, accumulated acceleration load, or also if you combine it with a heart rate sensor, you get the heart rate live, but therefore the anchor needs to be set up. If you don't set up the anchor, it's not a problem. You can then give out the sensors to the players. In the moment you take them out of the charging pad, the sensors start to gather the data based on the IMU, and it's gathering the data. Then the players doing their training sessions, having their load, and then after your sports, you will gather it back to the charging pad and doing the readout process. I will come to that in a minute. What's the advantage of it? It is first of all mobile, and it's highly used in the mobile world. You can really use it directly. Just take it out and start tracking. And it's using some AI models to calculate based on this inertial measurement unit. For example, also metrics which are normally based on position like distance and so on. But I will come to that in a minute. The main advantage is that with the IMU, you also have the away training sessions, games covered. So you have a full holistic approach and don't miss any data. As said, so with the live, you will use the anchor. You see it here. You have directly the live data in the software. If you only use it post, as said, you give out the sensors, they train, then you gather them again, put them back into the charging pad, connect the charging pad to the computer, read them out, and then during this readout process, also the calculation with the AI model happens, and you will get all the data in some minutes. So you can really have the possibilities to do it live or post. And with the post, you then have everything in the software, can use the software for analytics and so on. So you have the possibility to add to do visualizations, put it into context, compare it with other sessions, and so on. I will come to that in a minute when I'm talking about the holistic approach. As said, I was mentioning it on some slides before. We have a special mounting for the basketball tags, so they're sticked into the waistband, which is obviously very easy for the players. They don't have a bad feeling about that. This was something which a lot of players told us, that is kind of a very good approach to stick it there. For other sports, we are mounting it between the shoulder blades, which is also very fine for them to wear a kind of a sports vest and then having it at the back. This is also possible for basketball. However, you need to decide on one, and most of the times the players in basketball like to use it in this pocket, which is sticked or stewed to the waistband in the shorts. And now, when it comes to the holistic approach, I was speaking about. So now you have the LPS, what I've already iterated on, and also the IMU. And compared, you get a holistic approach with the LPS, where you train mainly, you get the best of the best. You get stable positions all the time, like very accurate. You have the possibility to use it live. You have the data right afterwards. So a very clean process, very easy to use. When you go outside, you have the IMU for very maximum flexibility, use it easy, give it out, give it back again. So that's very easy to use, having also live and post possibility. Then when it comes to gathering the data, sorry, not gathering the data, but processing the data, we will have our sports app. That's what you see here. You see here some screenshots. What's the main advantage of it? So if you have both systems, all the data comes to one platform, which is very good for you because you have all the data in one hub. You can work there for the data, not only for the LPS, but also for the IMU. Everything is synced in one. You can use historical data for analyzing performance data. You have the API connectivity. You have the possibility to synchronize video with it. You can customize reports and print out the reports via PDF. If that's something what is interesting for you, we are happy. If you would like to reach out to us, then we can jump on a more personal demo, which I think is also very helpful to understand your needs. Therefore, we from our side have sports scientists, as as me, for example, to understand the needs from the market, from you, and then find a good solution in the sports app. To get a little bit more understanding for that, so we have based on performance or fitness, where you have player performance data, we take care of injury prevention, and we can also have the possibility to use it for return to play protocols. And when it comes more to tactical analysis, you have the possibility to do team development, video synchronization, or using this tactics board, what you see here, which is also very nice because you have the positions, you can see where the players have been around, but also you can combine that, like seeing when in which situations have certain performance events happened. So when did the players, for example, have the highest accelerations, what were minutes in the game where they had a high amount of accelerations, all in all over after each other. When was the situation where they have nearly none and then a very high intense run together, and to get a better understanding of the performance the players did. Last but not least, I would like to just quickly give you an overview about the open interfaces. Those interfaces we have are mainly used by via an API. You see, we can connect to certain athlete management systems like SAP, for example. We have the possibility to connect heart rate with Firstbeat, Zonto, Polar, but also having some league data from Second Spectrum, for example, using data from several basketball providers and also camera providers, which can be integrated, or also our data can be used with them. I was quickly talking about this. I know that that's maybe not the main idea behind it for you. Nevertheless, you can also use the data for stadium environment to present the data on, for example, a video wall, and make money out of it. When you present it together with a sponsor, you can use it on social media and so on. I think there are several ideas to use it, which also helps you to reinvest the money if you buy such a solution, for example. So not only using it for performance tracking, but also using it for marketing and so on, and having kind of a win-win solution for the players to enhance their performance and keep them healthy and fit, and have the all the stuff for the coach ready, and on the other side having that for the media or the marketing team from the club. Last but not least, I would like to give you a little bit an overview about our newest development. We call it Compete Vision. It is the possibility to use a camera. There is a camera mounted next to the pitch, next to the field, and this is mainly used for basketball at the moment. So we are starting off with basketball here. You can either use any camera you have, or you have a mobile camera from Lapano, which we provide. And then there is no variable needed. The camera is gathering the video, and then by integrating all the layers, AI delivers an automated process of analysis. So first we are doing the data sourcing, then we processing the data, and then it is doing, based on AI, the data analysis. And you have the possibility to take advantages of that, getting unique metrics, save time, having a new technology which is based on AI and Compete or computer vision. And again, we can close the gap between training and games. Especially, we introduced kind of a shot load, which is very exclusive. So we combine the shots which are thrown, which we see by the camera, together with the load. So you can really get also this gap between qualitative data and quantitative data. More event data from the sports itself, combined with the performance data, which makes a holistic approach to it. And thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, please reach out. to us. Always happy to get on a call with you. Thanks for the opportunity, and see you soon. Have a lot of fun, and see you next time. Bye bye.